Greetings and salutations, you the lovely degenerates, and welcome back to the Fuzzy Wallflower. I'm your host, Corey. Oh, today's got an interesting cocktail. It's a kind of an interesting journey discovering a cocktail and discovering this many alter egos, so to speak, which seems to happen a lot in the cocktail world, but we're going to explore this one. One night, of course I wasn't filming this time, but I just wanted to try something new, and I pulled out the Ultimate Bar book because it's got so many cocktails in it, and it's got stuff with newer liqueurs in it that the vintage ones don't, so it's always fun to try some stuff new. So I found one called Honolulu Lulu. It's almost, I wouldn't call it a tiki drink, but it's kind of in that realm. So what's interesting about this drink is that, yeah, I found it here, but then I like a lot of drinks, I'll go Google and see if there's like a different version of it, or maybe there's something I didn't quite understand, because like this one has a tablespoon of simple syrup, and I'm like, just kind of playing around with it. I was like, well, it's only half an ounce. I don't know why they just say half an ounce of simple syrup, but nonetheless. And so I came across another YouTube channel called Glenn and Friends Cooking, and he kind of goes into a lot of the vintage cocktails too. So I was like, okay, he's doing the Honolulu Lulu. But it wasn't from this book. I actually had a copy of it from The Art of Drinking, and it's from like the 1930s. And it's a pineapple drink, but it's got rum as gin, and it's got grenadine in it. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of in the same ballpark. Maybe that's where they got the new variation from. I was like, well, let me just check some of the other books, because I was getting some of the same recipes. And then my 90s Complete Bartender book had a version of it that's totally way different. It's gin, but it's Benedictine and Maraschino Liquer. I'm like, okay, so we have a modern, a vintage, and a what the so let's just try them all three and see how they taste, because I know how the one tastes, but I don't know how the others compare. I might like the others better. With that being said, I'm not a bartender. Don't take any of this as bartending advice. So let's make some cocktails. All right, this one's probably the most complicated out of the three. It's got the most ingredients. We got 2 rums and 2 different liqueurs and juices and syrups and all kinds of goodies, and it's going to take up a lot of drinking space. This is about trying to look at the ingredients. This is probably about a 6-ounce drink. So so it's gonna be shaken. We'll start there. So it's 1/2 ounces of dark rum, 1 ounce of light rum. So this Frangelico is kind of a new thing to me. I've obviously drank half of it already, but it's pretty good. What is it? It is a hazelnut liqueur. I'd probably go good in a hot chocolate. Definitely some coffee. But it's 1 ounce of Frangelico, 1/2 ounce of Kahlua, 1/2 ounce of simple syrup, 3 ounces of pineapple juice. And shaking time. And it says take a lime wedge and squeeze it over top. Let's see what we got. It's definitely a weird brown drink. It'd probably go better in a tiki mug, which is why they make tiki mugs the way they do. Yeah, there's something about that pineapple and that Kahlua and that Frangelico. Just all kind of blends together. It's kind of sweet, but got kind of a, I guess, that nutty kind of flavor with it, but a little bit of froth on top. I really liked this. All right, let's try the other two and see what happens. All right, we're off to number 2. Like I said, I haven't tried this one before. I saw the episode with Glenn and friends, and them trying it. They seem to like it. So what's interesting about this cocktail book, the art of mixing, is I said before, it comes with a recipe and an hors d'oeuvre or appetizer to go with it, which I haven't explored that yet. Maybe we'll try that in the future. This one here says select a number of large potato chips, steam them until they become soft, curl up the edges, place in the oven until crispy again, fill these with Major Gray's chutney. That sounds like one of them TikTok, there's those TikTok recipes. They take potato chips and then get it all mushy and then make mashed potatoes out of it or whatever, or refry them, or I don't know. Maybe this is where TikTok originated. Somebody got wild with it. Anyway, let's give this one a shot. Now, this one's way simpler. It's still shaken, but it is 1 ounce of gin, 1 ounce of pineapple. Asked for half an ounce of lime juice. I actually bought some lime, so I'm gonna cut this one a little bigger than halfway because these things get just shy of an ounce. Squeeze. And it's a 1/4 ounce of Grenadine. I would say don't use the Kool-Aid red version, but hey, you do you, my friend. And it's shaking time once again. Not quite as red as I was expecting, but I guess it's all that pineapple juice. All right, let's see. A vintage Honolulu Lulu. Yeah, this definitely got that vintage sour flavor that I've kind of got to know on a lot of these books. Definitely not new and sweet. Let's try the third one and just see how much different it is. All right, we're off to the third Honolulu Lulu. What the yeah. I'm trying to keep it family friendly for a 21-year-old audience. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so this one is a stirred, which we don't do much of. I'm starting to get that shaking thing down, but the stir thing is still a little tricky. But this one was really easy because it's just straight 1 to 1 to 1. But yeah, it's weird. I'm not surprised. You know, I bought this bartender book in the 90s. And some of the drinks in there, like margarita, once you use sour mix. And I'm like, why would you use sour mix? No, I mean, people don't really. I mean, I guess some people still make it with sour mix, but I don't like it that way. But I don't know. You know, I feel like some of the things are outdated even for, God, it's been 30 years ago. Man, I'm getting old. Okay, well, let's make this thing. Straight up, 1 to 1 to 1. 1 ounce of gin. 1 ounce of Benedictine. 1 ounce of Maraschino Liquer. And it's not shaking time. I guess it's stirring time. Don't have the same ring to it. I guess it's good. Stir until it's chilled. Oh, I know how. All right. The Honolulu Lulu again. Okay, these even further out from those. Definitely very gin forward. That Benedictine is very sweet. I don't really choose some maraschino that much. Most of that Benedictine really takes over, but yeah, this get it on the back of your tongue. And get it on the back of your tongue a little bit. It's kind of interesting, but yeah, it's actually very super sweet, which is surprising, but not sweet and with a medicine-y aftertaste, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's pretty interesting. It's definitely a sipping drink. I wouldn't chug this one back. I don't know. Well, let's wrap this thing up. So there you have it. You got 3 very different Honolulu Lulu cocktails, and this was definitely a journey of self-discovery and confusion. But that's part of this whole process, right? I don't know. Try any of them. I mean, that's the whole purpose of doing this. Is I'm trying it, and if they seem interesting to you, oh, you might like one of these better than I do. Who knows? In the meantime, y'all know what to do. I guess I should get out of the way so you can see it, right?